Welcome to Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids, a series of cautionary tales for lovers of scream. I call this tale The Weather Witch. It is a well-known fact that cold weather can freeze the human heart, and people with hearts that are frozen are cruel. It happened to be a long, cold winter when a boy who happened to be called Jack Frost...
I've been given the name, so I might as well use it.
...began his cold-hearted reign of terror.
Careful, Jack. You don't want to go out there. Thin ice. Get off. I can look after myself. Interfering busybody.
Jack Frost had no time for old people. In fact, he thought they were good for one thing only: tormenting. He ambushed them as they slithered home from the doctors.
Bullseye! I claim my goldfish.
He watered their paths in the middle of the night, then waited for the big freeze and the slide show to start. Next time, don't look so scared and I'll give you a 10. He organised wheelchair ballets in the supermarket car park. He rang their bells, and when they answered the door, dislodged icicles as sharp as kitchen knives. He packed snow around their pipes so that their water froze. And he shoveled it down their chimneys to put out their fires. Yo-ho-ho! You're grounded. Jack Frost was a menace who needed to be stopped. His parents tried by locking the doors, but he built a decoy snowman, dressed it in his clothes, and by the time his deception was discovered... I hope you've learned your... Oh, dear. Have you had an accident on the floor, Jack? Jack? Ah! He was long since gone. Then one evening, she came. Jack was watching a weather report when the weatherman's face seemed to melt and his voice slid up a couple of octaves. So expect high winds and thunder and lightning.
And if your name is Jack, expect a stormy night.
Did you hear that? Cried Jack. Was that just me, or did he, she, whatever it is, just speak to me? Didn't hear a thing. Maybe you're going mad. I'll just check you haven't had another accident on the sofa. What's he going on about? Headstock coming off as well. I'm glad you think it's so funny. That night, while Jack was sleeping, bruised clouds rolled in from the north. The latch clicked open and a stinking fog seeped into the bedroom. Jack woke with a start. It felt like he had fingers of ice clamped around his heart. Stop squeezing! I know you. Who are you?
I'm the Weather Witch. You think it's funny to be old and cold, Jack? You think the cold cannot kill you?
The cold can't kill you. Anyway, old people love my games. It's a laugh.
Then get your laughing kit on, because I'm gonna show you what it's like to be cold.
The polar wind roared, and Jack was sucked out of bed into a freezing whirlwind. The Weather Witch created an ice age in Jack's backyard. Animals caught in the open were locked into the landscape forever. Trees froze and snapped, leaves fell like metal Death Stars, and the earth contracted until it was as hard as iron.
Cold?
No, shivered Jack.
Can you feel the pain in your bones yet?
I'm tougher than you think, you know. I'm not scared of anything.
Not even this?
Whoa! Not even that! That was fun! There was a roar over Jack's shoulder. He turned to see the slavering muzzle and teeth of a saber-toothed tiger. Oh, look, a pussycat. Take that, Tiddles. But when the icicles crumbled in his hands, he took the only other way out. Catch me if you can! Oh, scared. Is that the best you can do? The Weather Witch span like a tornado and drilled a hole in the ice.
Now what do you see?
Is that a mammoth?
Hairy and scary.
Only Jack didn't think so. It's just an elephant with a wig on, he said, as the ice coffin burst and the mammoth was forced out of its glacial grave. It was big, bigger than Jack had expected. Before he knew what was happening, it had flicked him into the air with its huge tusk and was bearing down on him like a runaway truck with no brakes. Jack turned and ran. He had a plan. If he could lure the beast onto the pond, he might stand a chance. Come on, you dead mop of a dinosaur. Let's see if you're hard enough. But the cold must have numbed Jack's brain because he hadn't thought his plan through. As he slid across the thin ice and the mammoth jumped on behind him, he suddenly realised what was going to happen. The first break sounded like a rifle shot. Cracks spread across the ice like veins of black blood. The ground rocked under Jack's feet. Then, in a chunky whirlpool of ice-cold water, the lake devoured the mammoth and the boy called Jack. The sun was shining when Jack was pulled out of the pond. The sudden ice age had blown away as quickly as it had arrived. Nonetheless, Jack was still frozen in a big block of ice, his face captured in a moment of surprise. Jack's parents stood him in the greenhouse where the sun on the glass melted him twice as fast. But when their son emerged from the giant ice cube, they were in for another shock. He was no longer made of flesh and blood. Jack was made of ice. The cold that had frozen his heart had frozen the blood in his veins too, and turned him into an ice sculpture. His kiss was cold. His minutes were numbered. Oh, Jack! The Weather Witch was nearly done. The sun burned hotter as she pushed the fiery orb higher into the sky, and Jack Frost slowly dripped away. Still, it wasn't all bad news. At least the snowdrops got a good drink out of him.